MK, and I thought I would start this stamp organizing session with what the container is that I'm working with. So we started off with the winter stuff. Now I have to tell you guys that this is a container from close to my heart from about 9 or 10 years ago, even I want to say maybe even 11, but I know I've had these for about 9 or 10 years, and I started off with 10 of them. Yes, 10. And I have dwindled down my stash to 8 over the years, over that 9 to 10 year span. And I'm guessing 9 to 10 because I've lived in this house for 10 years. I just don't know if I purchased these right away or if I purchased them a little after. So yeah, give or take, 9 or 10 years. And I live in a dusty area. And so this is a perfect solution for me because I'd rather the dust get on here and not on my stamps. So I can lift this lid up and all my stamps be nice and clean and the dust is on here. I live in a desert, and so it's massively dusty, awful dusty. So I wanted to share this with you guys because of the fact that we just did the recent section, or the the winter section, and these are the ones that I got rid of. These are the ones that I kept, and let me open this. And first of all, I want to say that I'm going to get rid of this because over time I have taken this. Winter used to have its own bin all by itself, full of winter stuff, and now it is just in this one little corner. And so this little sticker has gone from bin to bin to bin to bin, moving all of them around as I cut them in half, and now I cut them in quarter, and now I've cut them, in eighth, basically. So I've got a label on the top and I've got a label on the front. And I don't think I need the labels on the top. I don't read the top labels. I only read the front labels because they all sit on a shelf and I don't see the top labels. So I'm going to get rid of all of these top labels just like so. Okay, I don't need them anymore. I never really have because I've never needed to read the top of the bin. All right, so that's the first thing I'm going to get rid of. The next thing is I wanted to open this up, and I've got 4 categories inside this bin. I have winter, Americana, which always has been really, I'm very picky on the ones, so I've only had these 4 ever, and they've always been in here. I've never destashed because I just love them so much. Halloween, and then Valentine. Okay, so this was right here. This was my winter bin, so it was almost full again of all of the stuff, and then I'm destashing these ones. I've already been through that about 4 times now, and I'm keeping these ones, and then these 2 in the back are those carrier sheets that I wasn't sure what to do with. It sounds like the consensus is for me to stamp for my own, but not for the one that I wanted to give away. But I just don't think that, or not give away, but find a new home for. I just don't think that that is something I could do. I just would feel like it's unfinished. I would think that I'm passing off a project that somebody might not want to do unless it was already done for them. I don't know, you guys. I'm still up in the air. I mean, it would just take one little, maybe 2 little presses of my Misty. That's all it would take to stamp those. I also have these little flowers and dealios because for my Stampin' Up! Cases, back when I had the cases, the real thick cases, and that's how I was able to downsize to 8 of these, is because I got rid of all the close to my heart cases, the Stampin' Up! Cases, and went to these Avery L pockets, okay? And the link will be down below as to where I get the Avery L pockets. But I had these little flowers on the edge of the case because back in the day, before I moved into this house, I had them on a shelf and I wanted to see which category that was, and I labeled them all. So my my Valentine, Halloween, and Americana were all in shades of purple. My winter one was white. It was the only white one, so I could easily recognize that as a winter set. So that is how I was able to do that. Plus it was in its own bin. So it made sense that everything in this bin is in the shades of purple. Everything in that bin is in shades of green, blah, 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 all that stuff. And that's how I organized and was able to easily recognize what was what and what I'm looking for right away, because then I could, okay, I'm looking for all my Halloween stamps, but they're all in numerical order from close to my heart, and oh, what are they called? I didn't use numbers for Stampin' Up. I can't remember how I had the Stampin' Up ones all organized, but everything was in numerical and I wanted to see it really fast. And so that's how I used to do it. And then I got these bins, which I absolutely love. I don't know why Close to My Heart got rid of them. Maybe it was because of transportation. That could have been the only reason why they got rid of them. But I absolutely love these and find new homes for when I'm not using them. So I've got other purposes for them. You know, when I say I downsized from 10 to 8, I didn't get rid of those 2. I just repurposed them for something else. And then same with these ones. I have some that came with broken lids and they fit in my Roscog perfectly. So I mean, it's like I didn't even miss the fact that I did not have a bin. Now I've got this, you know, portable little thing that I can pull out, and then still room on the side of my Roscog right here for something else, or even right here because I took this off as well. So it's just a bin that sits inside my Roscog. So anyways, I am going to go over these ones today. These are Valentine's stamps, and that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these in my my Find a New Home pile. I'm going to close this up. I just wanted to share with you guys because a lot of people were like, oh yay, I love organization videos and love to see what you are doing while you move into your new space. I'm not going to change my organization very much. I'm just going to downsize the stash that I'm already organizing, if that makes any sense. So as I organize, if I remember, I will try to share. But my room is total chaos right now, so it's not like I can take something really big and bring it in front of the camera, because this right here is pretty much the only space that is usable at this moment. It is just horrific, and that's why I am switching spaces, because I just outgrew this with having the shop, and you know, I do painting as well, so I've got painting, I've got the shop supplies here, and then of course, you know, my scrapbooking YouTube stuff. So I've got 3 different areas of my room, and they're all crowding each other. And the painting is not so much. The painting, I normally just have a Roscog, and I take it out and do it in the living room so I can be with the rest of the family. But it does still have to have a home while I'm not painting, and so that's where it's kind of just, I push it over here and I push it over there and I push it over here, and it's just in my way and whatnot. So I can't wait. I can't wait for my new room, you guys, seriously. All right, so here is what we are going to be working on today, and I am going to put all these off to the side really quickly. So I have my page protector, and I wanted to share with you guys, these are the transparencies. A couple people have asked me what transparencies I was using. And I just went to my Office Max and picked out these transparencies. Now, they are expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but I've had this pack for about 4 years now because they last forever. There is 60 sheets in here. Oh golly, I have no idea. 100. Huh? There's 100 sheets in here, and I don't use them very often, but I use them for every so all these stamps come with a transparency already on them, but I use them for the, so these stamps right here, yes, this is winter, but this stamp set comes with a die, and so I store these separately from just my stamps. I don't intermix my stamps and my Stampin' Dies, because I don't want to go through everything. Maybe when I downsize all of my stamps and have room, I will intermix these, maybe. But what I do is I have these guys right here. So I take the card that comes in the stamp case, and I just put a backer card on it, so that way it's nice and white instead of that stuff that they have printed, which I think is just how to use their stamps. So I just put a card on there. This is a magnetic stamp vent cover is what this is, and so I just cut them up to what I need them, and I think they're 5 by 7. As I want to say. Let me look real quick. Yep, they're 5 by 7, so that's what I cut there. And then these are the transparencies. So this right here is these transparencies right here, and I just take them and I put my sticky backed, because these all come with stick on them, and then that way they stay nice and neat in the case instead of all falling down to the bottom or stuck to this and then I have to sit there and put my hand down in here and try to get that stamp off of this. So that's what I do. It is a process. I wait until 2 or 3 of them come into my room, because then I can use one magnetic sheet for 3 sets. I can use 2 pieces of white cardstock, and then I have a next one for the next 3, right? So because I get 2 5x7 cards stocks from 8.5 by 11. I use the Stampin' Up! 8.5 by 11 white cardstock, and then the transparency sheets, I use 3 of those as well. So and it's not very often that I purchase these, you guys. I do have quite a collection because I have purchased them, but it's not very often that I do purchase that this sort of stuff. So anyways, I just wanted to share with you guys why I bought these, and now I have them for this project as well. Alright, so we're going to go through and get all of these. I'm not sure if I can put a link for these, you guys. I might be able to through officemax.com. If I remember, I can do that. So I love this stamp set, but I don't like all of it. Okay, so this is going to go into my breakup pile. We're breaking up? Maybe. Let's put that in a maybe pile. This one I know I've never even used. I like this one because it's not so much lovey-dovey. Like this little confection heart says you're okay, I guess. So it's more like a boy. I love the little rocket. Stolen a piece of my heart. No, this one's gonna go. That's gonna go. I got this one at a retreat. And I do love postage stamps and whatnot, so I think I'm gonna disassemble some of those. I love this one when it first came out. This one's old. I think I'm gonna take a few of these as well. I'm gonna take a few of those, a few of those. This one is gonna stay in its entirety. Nope. And then I think I'm going to take a few of these as well. Okay, but these ones are different. So these ones are the rubber stamps. And so I don't know if I'm going to be able to put 2 sets in these if I include the rubber stamps. So we'll see. We will see. So I'm going to disassemble these. I might keep this whole thing just for one more round. So I'm going to keep this one too. Okay? Alright. So pull out the transparency and take off all the ones that I am not interested in. I still don't have a Stays On ink pad. I went to Michael's to go and see if I can't get a re-inker for it, and it says online only. So that's awesome. And Michael's is not like it's down the road. It's the closest one is like 3 hours away. So, yeah, it's good times. So this is what I ended up with. I have these basically 2 stamp sets. I have back to back. So I put all of my stamps that I want to keep within one. I took all of the close to my heart labels and put them on here. These ones here were the ones that I kept from this Sent with Love set. But look, they're not even Valentine related except for this little heart that the airplane makes. And that I don't even associate with Valentine's. I associate with that with my love of travel. So these ones will not even stay in my Valentine collection per se. And then I do have all of my carrier sheets that I plan on keeping for these stamp sets. So I have those. This one I did not. I'm just going to keep it the way it is for right now because I can use these not just for Valentine, and I keep them with my Valentine, which I might move them into my boy section because of the fact that that's where I have all of these chemistry little things and all of the sciencey stuff. So I have all this in a boy section. So I might move this out just because it has 2 little sayings that are, you know, love related. They don't need to stay in my Valentines. And so here it is. I'm taking 2 sets and replacing them to where I think I'm going to use them more. And then only have this 1 Valentine that is front and back. So technically 2 Valentines. But 2 of these fit in 1 sleeve. And the reason why I haven't done this before is because, you know, I don't want to have to remember to look on front and back and see what it is. Now I can see all my postage stamps are here and all of my sayings are here with this large tree. I do cut up my stamps. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that or not, but I do cut up my stamps so that way I can stamp the tree in 1 color and the hearts in another color. I did that with a couple of these stamps as well. So I decided to keep this one, just to, you know, derail myself real quick. I decided to keep this one as a whole because honestly this is the only stamp that I really wanted to keep. But I can't imagine reusing it. I've used it once on a layout. I've used the hearts or the flowers a couple times on a layout, things like that. But honestly, I just can't imagine me using it again. Yes, I used it once, but I usually very rarely use something multiple times unless it's a series of photos. In all honesty, I have to be honest with myself. So this here, I did put the rubber stamps down here at the bottom so that way the bulk is at the bottom instead of at the top. And then also too, if these end up losing their stickiness, they're already at the bottom instead. But this stamp set right here, it says family is forever. It was 1 large stamp and I cut the word is out so I could put it on top of each other as opposed to going across, and then of course doing multiple colors. Now I can stamp it in 3 colors instead of masking and doing all that other stuff. So I cut that one up, and I don't think I cut any others up. I did decide to put these 4 stamps from that vintage set in here because again, I would never use the word Valentine's. Be Mine again is too Valentine-y, and then these 2 flourishes. Yes, I've used them before and I do absolutely love them. In fact, I decided, you know, oh my gosh, am I going to regret getting rid of this one? But in my flourish bin, which is overflowing, I have multiples of these. So I don't really need this. You know, I don't really need to hang on to that. So this is the envelope that I have, or the page protector that I have for the Valentine set. So now I have a winter one and a Valentine one, and then I have 3 sets that need to go and find a new home. So I am super excited about this. In all honesty, I think that this is going to be really good. I mean, I'm loving this and not regretting this. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I'll be putting these in with my Valentine stuff, and then this is going to go in with unfortunately it's going to go in with my flourishes because that's where my backgrounds are as well. And then I've got 1 stamp that's going to go in with my travel stuff, and this is going to go in with my my boy stuff. So I definitely have these 2 stamps will make a comeback because I haven't addressed those categories yet, and then these will just sit in the back of my Valentine stuff. I'm feeling better about this because now I can see all the stamps that I have and want to play with. You know, I love postage stamp ones. And I might revisit these too, because if I have other postage stamp ones and I want them all in the same, I might do that as well. So anyways, and I'm sorry that this is so glary. Everything is all plasticky and glary and whatnot. So I apologize about that too. Hopefully the new room's lighting, the way that I have it set up, it won't be as bad. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that it is not that bad when I get that set up. So anyways, I'm going to go and put all of these away, and I will see you next Saturday for the next set of stamps. All right, bye.